Keith M. Shave your knuckles for justice, Keith. You're making Gotham great again. Sorry, my Hulk watch that was given to me by Jackie Cation, who does Dork Forest. I wish I could hack into the voting machines and list the candidates. Bernie Sanders, Waffle Snake, Slimy Grin, and Golden Gnome. Is it time? Let me ask you this question. Is it time for hacktivists to get involved?
Ooh, I like that question. Yeah, because I always like hacktivists getting involved. Mm-hmm. There's never, well, I shouldn't say never, because, I mean, hacktivists is a very wide umbrella, and of course, there were probably some horrible things that have happened that I'm not even aware of, so I'm not going to make a blanketed statement like that. But usually, the stuff that I'm cognizant of, I go, yes. You know what I mean? Like I mean,
because they're not playing fair,
right?
They're not playing fair. Why do we have to keep playing fair?
When Ferguson went down, how do we find out that there was all that infiltration of the KKK within the police force? Well, we found out because of Anonymous. They were publishing that stuff. They uncovered that stuff.
Oh, so hackers did it.
Hackers did it. Think about, I mean, WikiLeaks.
WikiLeaks.
Need we say more? I mean, look at all the stuff WikiLeaks has uncovered. The war crimes of Bush, the war crimes of Tony Blair, the corruption of the Democratic Party, the corruption of the DNC. The list goes on and on.
But you listed Bush.
Corruption of Donald Trump, by the way, too. People like to forget that part.
Oh, I thought they only did the Russia's bidding.
No, if you go, well... No, you go to WikiLeaks, there's about 65,000 unflattering things about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Very unflattering things about Donald Trump.
Hundreds, if not thousands, of stories about the corruption within Putin and the oligarchs of Russia.
Right. Things unflattering to Russia.
Yes.
It's almost like they just kind of expose things about the powerful, whoever the powerful may be. And oligarchs have no allegiance or country. And that's why that information is out there and available. So, yeah, I mean, to make a long answer longer, absolutely. It's time for the hacktivists to start getting involved.
It's really time. And you know, in about 15 minutes or so, we're going to have Taylor Hudak on. I think she's doing an interview with Nico House. I just saw him over at the Convo Couch, which is great. We're going to get some up-to-date information on what happened last week with Julian Assange and the first round of his extradition hearing. I did a nice interview with Tarek Haddad on Monday, and I've started a Julian Assange playlist. So I'm going to start to put all my Assange info there on that. So, but it's relevant because, you know, we keep playing fair and they keep cheating.
Right.
And I'm just like, well, when do we just when do we just go, fuck you, we're stuffing the ballot box, we're blocking, you know, we're throwing out Biden votes. Like,
oh, I would just love to see. I mean, I'm not even
we get
saying,
to hack the system.
Right. Well, I don't even want so much that. It's just I want more masks torn off.
Right.
I want more like I want to have another WikiLeaks email done.
Oh, I see.
That's what I want.
So not cheating, but just going, actually, we found this is how they took these voting machines, and here's the data to show how they cheated.
Yeah.
Because it was really, I'm sorry to interrupt, but like in New Hampshire, all of the districts that had the electronic voting machines, the exit polls said Bernie, but then Buttigieg won.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, in Iowa, I mean, there is shady connection after shady connection in regards to this app. You know, the person that was overseeing the umbrella company was married to a Pete Buttigieg senior strategist. Oh, yeah. I mean, it stunk to high heaven to the point where it was called Shadow. They couldn't even come up with a name that wasn't shady as all hell. You know,
the grifter app.
Yeah, right. Deep State Dwellers was taken, so they had to settle for Shadow. But like, so, but what we don't have is like this smoking gun where you actually have documentation of them colluding with each other. That's what I want.
I want to see some of this though, because when that stuff gets leaked, we all go, wow, that's crazy. But you know what we need to start doing?
But it's not just us. It's a new generation of people going, wow, that's crazy too.
Yes, you're right.
And then all of a sudden, you know, you're bigger.
The younger millennials and the generation that's younger than them, what are they, Gen Y or whatever?
I think it's Z now,
Gen Z?
but I'm not
sure.
Yeah.
But the like that group and the millennials like they don't have the identity politics of like, let's say my generation. gay millennials aren't like, well, I got to vote for Buttigieg because I'm gay. I got to vote for Klobuchar because I'm a woman. Like they don't have that. They're like, well, no, they are the largest group of people that openly, highest percentage of people that openly identify as a socialist or democratic socialist. They have no problem. They have no problem with that. And so, yes, I want to get them involved. But isn't it time, because look what happened with Snowden. No big change. I mean, there are changes that happen. There are changes. Like I have a Band-Aid over my laptop because of Edward Snowden, right?
Right, me too.
And so there are some things, and there's some encryption stuff that has happened as a result of Snowden, which is all good. I'm not saying he didn't do good work or WikiLeaks hasn't done good work. I'm saying you would have thought those things would have been the here we go, everyone's gonna storm the castle, and they don't. So is it gonna? I feel like they need to hack the broad.
So don't
press
just
stream.
expose, but flex a little muscle.
Flex
too.
a little goddamn muscle.
Yeah, no.
So you know
I'm
what?
for it.
On MSNBC's prime time, beep, 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 like you see in the movies,
Oh,
screen
hell
comes
yeah.
up. Here's the lies and the bullshit of this network, and I want everyone at NBC going, "What the fuck's happening? What the fuck's happening?" So all these people who just sit there and stare in front of the TV and go, "Well, I guess Biden's the best way to beat Trump." Show them, "Hey, look," and they go, "Oh, fuck, maybe." They'll get those people to wake the fuck up.
Oh, I'm with you, man. I mean, yeah, if I was just watching MSNBC one night, which I don't know why that would happen, but if it happened for whatever reason,
your TV broke.
My
one
TV
channel
broke.
Worked.
No, I was stuck in a hotel room, and I was just
You're on the road.
and
There
I
it
was
is.
like,
There it is.
and I was looking for material, so I put on MSNBC. I mean, that's actually. That has happened, so that's a realistic.
Yes, that is real.
Where it's like, oh, I'm going to get some material, and I put on MSNBC. But if I'm watching MSNBC and all of a sudden, the signal gets hijacked and there's someone in a Guy Fawkes mask and they have something to say, my day has been made.
And that's how you have to rattle the kind of paying attention Americans.
I'm with you, man.
You have to come into their living room and tap them on the shoulder and go, "You're being screwed.
Yeah.
You're being lied to." Mm-hmm. You have to. I mean, when I say hacktivist too, can you hack Goldman Sachs account and take their money and deposit it in all of our accounts or something like that? Could you start doing some shit like that? You know what I mean? You go, hacktivists, go find fucking Epstein shit and put that out there. These are the pedophiles out there, and seize their assets. Find fucking Ghislaine Maxwell. You know what I'm saying?
Caesar bank account.
Seize their bank accounts. Freeze their assets. That's what I want to start seeing happen. Freeze their assets. I'm talking goddamn Bane from Dark Knight Rises kind of shit. Mm-hmm. That's what that movie was about. You go back and watch that movie. That was an Occupy Wall Street movie. People don't realize it. It's an Occupy Wall Street movie. And it's there's a scene, where Anne Hathaway is dancing in the middle with Mr. Wayne. She's like, you and your rich friends better batten down the hatches because you've been taking too much for too long. That movie is all about taking out the 1%. It's all about it, man. And so, I mean, one of the things Bane and the League of Shadows do, they seize Wall Street. Well, it's Gotham, so it's Gotham's version. But they basically go to Wall Street and seize the computers of Wall Street and take the money. So it's like, is that what it's going to, because I feel like that's what it's going to take. Because if we go in the streets and protest, which I'm all for peaceful protests, but the CIA knows how to diffuse that. They know how to infiltrate that. They know how to do that. So it's like, and this is how you stop the 1%. You take their money. Mm-hmm. What if you got Michael Bloomberg $66.6 billion? Can he run for president anymore if you seized it and gave it to the people?
Probably not. I mean, I don't know. That talking dog commercial was very compelling.
Important. God, that was powerful.
So, I mean, I think that'll keep him afloat through a few more states at least, because he's been crushing so far.
So great.
But then after that, without his billions, he's nothing.
Because think about it.
Hey, how much do you think he spent, by the way, as a quick aside, because I just heard this recently. How much do you think he spent to become mayor of New York City?
Wow. Probably $200 or $300 million.
Okay, it was 85, but yeah,
okay.
I mean, but still,
85 million to be a mayor,
and then it was higher the next time. So yeah, he's buying elections.
What if somebody seized Jeff Bezos' assets and gave it to all of his employees, and Jeff Bezos was nothing? You bankrupted him overnight. He had no money and no power.
That'd be incredible.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Incredible. I mean, they said the thing that apparently, and I don't know if this number is accurate, but I saw the headline where they said Tom Steyer spent a fifth of his fortune on his dumb presidential campaign. And I was like, I wish it was 4/5 more. I wish it was 4/5 more, and then he was just out on the street somewhere, and we could all like go up and just point at him and laugh.
God.
Just laugh right in his stupid face.
He spent
looking at his dumb tie.
Oh, fucking God.
And then we can play some music and be like, go ahead, Tom, dance, celebrate. Celebrate, you billionaire clown.
Celebrate your waste of money.
Yeah.
$220 million he spent or something like that? Like,
you wasted all of this money, and now you got nothing. Now you can go to a park, get on a swing and swing in the park, Tom. Pretend it's Bernie's ball sack and swing away, you clown.
You fucking clown. Like,
fuck that guy.
If I had the money... If I had the resources, I would go seize, Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell's money or Bloomberg's money, because he's friends with them. And then I would take that money and I'd go, I'm going to have my own group of ex-Navy SEALs, and they're going to go around, and they're going to be a team of Navy SEALs and hacktivists, and they're going to go around and they're going to get these billionaire pedophile sex traffickers. We're going to seize their assets, and we're going to take just enough money to fund the SEAL team, and the rest of the money goes for the victims and goes to the people. That's what needs to happen.
It's time for a new line of comic books in this country. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think that's part of the reason we're in the mess we're in, because like we have so many generations of people who were raised on these sanitized comics that have to have these overt patriotic messages that started with an ordinance in the 50s in response to the Cold War. Mm-hmm. And it's time to break out from that. It's time to make our comics weird again. Not just our stand-up comedians. Most of us are weird in a not good way. But it's time... Our comic books is what I'm saying.
No, we need, and it's a thing actually that Hedges talks about in Death of the Ruling Class. About art. This is the
Death of the Ruling Class has a big section about that. Yeah.
And what he talks about is like the art of the 20s and 30s was socialist. It was workers' rights. It was like, taking on the capitalists and the ruling class. And he said there's nothing wrong with frivolous art, but unless it's a bottleneck to real art getting out there. And we've talked about this.
Right.
I've talked about it in this room on my movie podcast. One of the reasons I got kind of tired doing it was because I'm tired of watching like these boring, sanitized scripts that literally the CIA has approval of the Marvel movies. Mm. And it's big scripts like that. The CIA has script approval to make sure it's all American exceptionalism. So that's like a thing. And you and I have talked about this, about trying to make more sort of political art. And that might be a thing, as like I would like to draw comics. I'm not an artist, but like to write comics.
Well, for everybody listening, check out lucyandron.com if you want to see a comic about a guy named Ron and his revolutionary cat, Lucy, who has a lot of opinions.